day. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's a special New Year's Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Watson on first down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. This is caught by Tate. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Watson looks to throw again. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Open man left side, it's the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there and looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick 6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick 6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
A look at the numbers for Mack from last week. 17 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
Definitely productive, including scoring his 14th touchdown of the season last week. It's going to be fun to watch the matchup now because he has a nose for the end zone. So if you're a defender, what's your job? Keep him out.
And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. To throw is Watson. Cooks on the quick slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Watson. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. 7 yards, the pickup there. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Again, it's Watson. From the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Watson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright. And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Watson now to throw. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Azeez Ojulari. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The former number 6 overall pick of 2019, Daniel Jones, trots out to lead this New York Giants offense. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing, Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot.
Touchdown, Giants! A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes? I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Here's Watson. This to the outside for Mack. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. Now here's Ross. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Now Jones. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. On the give, this is Mack. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll try and run for this with Mack. Mack gets hit and the ball is free. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed, because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Now Saquon Barkley. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Jones on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for it here as we sit in the second quarter. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first down, Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. On the handoff, it's Mack. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. Steps away to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Here's Watson. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. I'll guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself, that's a long way. Probably not as confident as well.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. 73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants continue to pull away here in this first half. Gano the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Houston set to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 35.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
Partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
From the gun, here's Watson. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. He gets it to Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, Watson. The ball is out. Watson lost it. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Returning it, John Ross. And he returns this to the 22. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's a good news, bad news proposition for them. Mostly good news, and that's that they clinched a playoff spot. That's the important thing. Bad news, though, if they want to make a Super Bowl, for the moment at least, they'd have to do it out of the 6th seed.
And bottom line, everybody wants to play at home during the playoffs. We know that's a given. But nothing builds character for a ball club quite like winning on the road in the playoffs, especially when no one thinks you can do it. And if you win one and gain confidence, who knows, you might get on one of those magical runs.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 38, Jones. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. Touchdown, Giants! Kadarius Toney with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now Watson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. On first down, it's Watson. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Mack off the draw play. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They'll lead the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. Watson. Oh, had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
New York ready to go again offensively. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. 94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
A first down carry for Barkley. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants just continue to pour it on. Gano the extra point. And that will extend this big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. Houston's offense taking over again.
They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Watson's throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson.
He's got Tunyon complete over the middle.
And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Ross on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10.
Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again.
He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. Look, my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Jones now throwing on 1st down. That ball caught by Slayton. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
116 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They go play action here on 1st down. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey,
touchdown! Great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Giants are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone.
And now out comes Houston.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Watson will bring up the Texans. Here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Watson. The ball is out. Watson lost it. And who's got it? The Giants.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. On 1st down, Barkley. Oh, nice move. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Barkley will try to punch it in. And this time he is in. Yes. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gano the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, and Cooks has it over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down Texans. Watson hooking up with Cooks. Back to throw. Watson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Now a first down throw, Watson. And his throw is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. Now bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And who's got it? The Giants. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. 69 yards. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead will swell by one more. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. From the gun, Watson. An unlucky number here. Version in 8 tries, not good. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Second down and goal. Watson. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
It's like my old high school coach used to say, Charles. He said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And now here's Ross.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. Barkley, a first down and more. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line.
144 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
That one looks like he'll throw here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And they take a knee. The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number